What's going on, everybody? Fried Eddie here with Fried Eddie's Gear Reviews. This is the Grimsmo Saga, a precision machine pen that costs as much as an Apple Watch. And today we find out, is it just hype? Or is this the most overbuilt writing instrument of all time? So let's go ahead and dig in. So for me, a pen is probably the most essential part of my EDC. It's one of the things that I reach for the most during the day because I write a lot at work. So paying extra money for a high quality pen is not a big deal to me. I mean, I know some people can't do it or they don't think it's important, and that's fine. But to me, I feel like that's worth it. Now, I've owned everything from Mont Blancs to these Tie 2 design Techliner pens, to tactile turns, to these Big Idea design mini clicks, all the way down to your G2 click pens. And today we're going to take a look at what makes this guy one of the most coveted EDC pens in the EDC world, if you will. Now, this is one of those things where at the end of the review you find out if it deserves a spot in your pocket or is this not really for you. So let's go ahead and talk about the design and materials here. So the design itself is pretty cool. It uses their signature ball lock, which is, as opposed to a click pen where you press this guy once and then press it again to actuate and retract the pen, this guy you press the button, you pull the little slider here down to retract the pen. So really cool design. But as far as materials go, your main parts, which are your tip, body, the clip here, and the slider piece that was going up and down, those are going to be titanium. Now, on the other hand, the actual button and the threaded sleeve the button goes into, that's going to be your 17 4pH H900 stainless steel. Now, the majority of this pen is made in-house, with the exception of the small parts of the button that are either purchased off the shelf or specifically made for them by their vendors. Now, the fit and finish here is just incredible. This body just really, this stonewashing really shows off light. I mean, it really, as you can see, it really does a good job reflecting light. And just overall, it gives this beautiful, simplistic, just super cool look to it. Now, the cool part about this pen is the customization options here. Now, for a full custom pen, you have to get or win what's called a buyer's choice, where they pull your name and they send you an email and you get to kind of choose your options. But finding one of these pens, you can look around and see they have so many different selections you can make, as in, like this pen has a logo on the tip. You can get that removed or keep it, it's up to you. Some of the more specialty ones have a dimpled section here, which gives better grip, but those are really, really hard to find. The slider here has a knurled pattern, which is like kind of like some raised points here, which give it a really good solid grip when clicking it. Or they have one called a helix pattern, which is like a diagonal pattern that goes around the whole slider here. And then on the button up top, they have the Grimsmo logo, but there are some with the Canadian maple leaf, because this is a custom made pen in Canada. But anyways, let's jump into another part. That ball lock really is, it really delivers this satisfying tactile click. And this pen, when you look at it, when you take it apart and you check it out, it just shows that John Grimsmo, who is the maker of this pen, really put his time in and obsessively engineered this pen through its design and all the way these parts work together. Now, the tolerance on here is absolutely insane as well. If you look with the buttons pressed, I mean, there's really no gaps whatsoever between each piece. And then as far as your lines, I mean, it's just one simple line with these subtle accents here with lines going around it too, which make it an even better look. So next we'll go ahead and get into size and size comparison, in specs here. So we're gonna move this guy out the way. So first of all, let's get a measurement here. And it's going to be a hair under 5 inches. I think it's like 4.91 inches, if I'm not mistaken. We'll get a weight here. So let's turn this guy on real quick. Let it load. I think this is a hair over 1 ounce. So it's going to be 1.04 ounces with the cartridge in it. We'll talk about the cartridge in a minute. Let's do our size comparisons here. So first we're gonna do the $2 bill. Next we're gonna jump to the good old Sharpie here. We'll go into pins next. So first we're gonna do the Big Idea Design Mini Click in titanium here. And then lastly, we're gonna do the Tie2 Designs Tech Liner here. Hold up one second. There we go, perfect. It's magnetic, so it's sucking the pen over. Anyways, so this isn't just some slapped together OEM pen with a Norseman logo on there. Even these logos are perfectly CNC machined at strategic places on the pen, which makes it even better. This just shows the CNC machining that Grimsmo does and their precision in making one of these pens. Now, this Saga here ships with, or the Saga itself ships with a Schmidt P900F rollerball cartridge. I'm not really a big fan of that because the F is a fine point. I find that kind of scratchy here. So I prefer the EasyFlow 9000M, which is a medium point cartridge, if you will. And I like the way it writes a little bit better. Either blue or black. Usually it ships with both a blue and a black. I typically will do the black. I was just out of black cartridges here. And with the 9000M, it really does give a smooth writing experience. I'm gonna bring this back in here. It really does bring a smooth writing experience into play, no blotting, no skipping. It's just a great overall thing. Now, as I showed before, this pen is not a featherweight at all. I mean, it's a little on the heavier side. But what that does is that gives a perfect balance to the pen. So when you're writing, it feels more like using a precision instrument as opposed to just using a regular old pen to jot down a note. The mixed with the click, the tactile click of the vol lock, it really does give something special and elevate a mundane task of just writing things down. So next, let's jump back into carry here. So the pen carries very, very well. It's super sleek. The pocket clip is something to note here. The pocket clip is not deep carry, but it only leaves a little bit sticking out of your pocket right there. The pocket clip is nice too because the tension is great with just enough give to where it's going in and out of the pocket. It's very easy to get in and out. And the fact that it's rounded on the bottom in here, it won't tear your pants up or shirt, either one, which is nice as well. The fact it's also the whole pen's made out of titanium means it's rust proof. It is basically indestructible, if you will. It's the kind of tool that you would hand down to your kids. I mean, if you don't have kids, carry it for decades and it'd be in great shape. This pen is one of those things though that's not flashy. It just radiates elegance. I mean, it's like a understated fancy, if you will. It's not just like a desk pen that just you'll use the desk every now and then. It's a pen you'll want to carry, throw in the pocket, fidget with. I mean, this ball lock here is just so much fun to fidget with. Now, it will aggravate the hell out of everyone next to you, so that's something to keep in mind. But one other thing I wanted to note, this is kind of one of the cons here, and that is going to be this will come loose over time. So it's just kind of just the nature of the beast here. So I would usually suggest putting Loctite on these actual threads right there, and that's about it. I wouldn't put Loctite anywhere else. But one con of that, because I mean, it happens. But one con of that is when you're tightening it, I want you to see if you can notice, it's very subtle, but I'm gonna roll it through and you can see there is a faint line that was put onto the body of the pen by the pocket clip. Now, that's just something to note. It's not anything like a deal breaker for me. It's just, I want to bring that to your attention. But now we're going to get to the main con of this pen. And it's going to be price for most people. I mean, to me, it kind of is justified just to what I think of the pen personally. But the elephant in the room here is these range from $330 to $420, which is steep for a pen, but the quality you get, I think, justifies the price. Now, like I said before, you get options and plenty of customization, but all those come with a price. So this is the basic model here, all stonewashed titanium. This is my favorite configuration. And this is your one that's going to be in the $330 range. Now, as the anodizing increases and the complexity of the anodizing increases, of course, the price is going to increase. So, for instance, you could have this whole pen to be purple or gold or green, and then have the actual Norseman logo a different anodized color, which is really cool. You could have Saga, different color, the serial number here, different things like that could be different colors. I've seen some of them that each piece is a different anodized color. I've seen some where the more expensive one or the most expensive is going to be the full DLC coated pen. And their DLC is great because it's a high Rockwell. Some companies say they're DLC'd items when they're really not. They're just kind of coated or the DLC is not done correctly. Grimsmo, on the other hand, does a great DLC. And actually, on John Grimsmo's YouTube channel, he does a full thing about how scratch resistant and wear resistant their DLC is, which I think is awesome as well. But like I said, that's something you pay a lot extra for. But if you're into something where you like the coating to last a long time, or that's something very important to you, that might be worth checking out. Now this pen really, like I said before, isn't a bargain, but it's not trying to be. It's trying to be the best out there. And in my opinion, it is one of the best out there. I have a few pens on the list that I really, really like, and they are very, very high on the list. Grimsmo is kind of towards the top of that list. And do I recommend this? Yes, I do. I mean, honestly, I do. If you can afford this and you don't go broke or get behind on bills to buy one of these, I definitely would suggest it. Now, that brings me to final thoughts here. If you're into precision machined gear, EDC culture, products that outlast trends, things like that, this might be your guy here. Because this honestly is more than a pen. It's just an overbuilt writing instrument in the best possible way. Now, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, share, all the fun stuff. Y'all have a great day, and thanks for stopping by.